Hello, everyone. Good morning. I know I'm going live on a different day at a different time. I had to reschedule my usual live stream that I do on Thursday afternoons. And, things come up, and here I am. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm super excited to go live and talk about my Power Up Your Strength program. This is sort of like a Q&A live stream. So if you are watching live or even the replay, I would love to hear your questions about my program. And if you don't know me, I am Liz Philippone. I help people stay strong, confident, and independent by combining evidence-based training with mindful movement and nervous system support. I'm a multi-certified fitness and wellness professional. I specialize in strength, mobility, and corrective exercise for midlife and older adults. And my whole approach here is about building resilience, not perfection, so people can move better, reduce pain, and continue doing what they love for years to come. And that last statement that I just made, that's like my own personal statement. I want to build resilience in my life and in my movement and whatnot. So let me know in the comments if you agree with me. Hello, Jen. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you. I love it when people say hi, even if you got to go. I get it. We're going from here to there, right? So I appreciate it. Okay. So I'm going to make this pretty brief, unless people, chime in and have questions and whatnot. I'm here for you to answer your questions. And of course, after the replay, if you come up with questions in your head, you can just come back to this video and put them in the comments. And if you're on my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. I can't tell you how much that will help me bring my content a little bit more into the feed, right? It will bring it into the feed, especially in the fitness and health and wellness industry. So here we go. I'm going to keep this way under 30 minutes, like I said. But, one of the things that I ask people, I like to start with a question, and this is from a recent email I just sent. Which feels like the biggest priority right now for you in your health and wellness? Is it move better, feel better, stay strong? Pick one and put it in the comments. Again, commenting here will again build that visibility for me. And, I hope that what I bring to you today is going to give you as much value. All right. So give me your answer in the comments. And I'm going to go into why these three pieces matter. Right. And I also wanted to acknowledge there's no wrong answer because these things are all connected. Okay. So move better, feel better, stay strong. Okay, and I'm just going to go quickly over these three pieces really quickly before I get into talking about my Power Up Your Strength program. And I also would love for you to stay to the end because I actually need your help here. I have this whole new sort of revelation, this new thing I want to do with this program. So I really want to get your feedback. So please stay to the end. So with moving better, better movement creates a stronger foundation. Let me know if you agree with that one. I certainly do. When we have that foundation, when we have the better movement quality, then we have a stronger foundation. And that is mobility, stability, and balance, and movement awareness. I talked about this last week. And I go into more detail about that. So go back to last week's live stream and watch that video. I kind of go into more detail about that. And that's really about moving better. When we have the mobility, our joints can move in its full range of motion. When we're stable in our joints, in our core, it gives us more of that foundation and balance. I always feel like stability and balance go hand in hand, right? And then that movement awareness, that sense of space and surroundings, right? Just being aware of how your body moves in space, whether it's in an exercise class or within your daily life, going up and down stairs, sitting in a chair, standing up from a chair, working in your garden, doing stuff around the house, right? Like all of that stuff really does matter. So, think about that. So with that better movement, good mobility, stability, balance, and just that overall awareness, that creates a stronger foundation. Then we go into feel better, right? The piece about feeling better. What does that look like to you, right? It's on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level, right? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. And it doesn't mean like we have to be balanced in all of those realms. They all go hand in hand. When we physically feel better, we feel better mentally, we feel better emotionally. When we are spiritually feeling better, right? I feel like that goes hand in hand with the mental and emotional and the physical. It all feeds into each other. So in terms of feeling better on all of those levels, it's about those recovery workouts and just practicing recovery practices such as sleep hygiene, nutrition, right? Are you getting enough protein? Are you getting enough water, hydration, not just water, but just hydration in general, right? The sodium, the potassium, like don't forget those minerals, right? Very important minerals that we need for the body to stay hydrated. Protein, more about the nutrition, nervous system support. Whew. Talk about mental and emotional support there, right? But also it's so good for the physical, right? When you are practicing different things with nervous system support, whether that's breath work, yoga, meditation, we are helping our nervous system stay balanced. Yeah, I don't know any other better word to say. And when we're feeling better, there's less tension and stiffness in the body, right? I've been feeling a lot of stiffness on my neck and my shoulders, and it's due to stress, right? We always experience stress, whether it's mental, emotional stress, or physical stress, okay? Maybe we slept wrong, right? Sometimes I sleep totally wrong, right? And yeah, I don't feel better when I wake up in the morning. Do you? Like, especially if you don't sleep well and then you wake up with a crank in your neck. So when your body feels better, consistency becomes easier. Consistency with your movement practice, your exercise routine, all of that. And then the next piece is the stay strong piece, right? And that's functional strength. The functional piece is about your daily movement, right? The stuff you do on a daily basis, up and down stairs, sitting down, standing up, walking, heaving, pulling, pushing stuff around your house or yard, okay? There's also this about strength becoming sustainable strength. I like to look at that as like maintaining strength, right? Staying strong. What are you doing to maintain your current strength, especially if you have been through my program or have worked with me, and we build that strength and that resilience, and we got to maintain it, right? You want to keep that going because as we get older, we lose our muscle mass and strength at a high rate if we're not challenging our muscles on a regular basis. And that also leads into the next piece, which is confidence in everyday movement. So when we are functionally strong, we have that sustainable, that maintaining of strength piece. Then we are confident, right? And everything that we do, whatever it might be, traveling, yeah. We want to go on those big trips. We want to see family, all of that stuff. Wherever it is, that's a big piece of it. So strength should support life, not drain you. That is a huge thing, right? Strength training, I'm just going to say it should be about supporting your life. That's why I strength train. I want to support my life and the things that I love to do. And I said this last week, I love to dance. I've been dancing at a very young age, and I want to keep dancing because it feeds my soul. It brings me joy. And when I can't do it because of an injury setback, I'm not good. I am not me. I am not a joyful Liz. So there we go. Okay, always drop the questions in there, okay, about anything I said. So, better movement supports strength, recovery supports consistency, strength improves confidence. I'm going to say those 3 things again. Better movement supports strength, recovery supports consistency, strength improves confidence. That's how those 3 pieces work together. Okay? You don't need to separate those 3 things that I just talked about. Your body works best when they work together. All right? So I'm just going to grab a quick sip, a quick drink. There we go. Hydration right there. So, all right, just looking around here, making sure everything's on. So, how I approach this inside my Power Up Your Strength program, it's a 12-week program, but don't let me stop you there, okay? Because I have another thing I want to invite you and I need your help with. So inside this Power Up Your Strength program, we focus on strength training. We do. The main piece is the strength training piece, but it's everything else I said about it, right? It's the mobility, right? It's the balance. It's the nervous system support. Okay. It's the foundational movement. All right. It's everything in there. And half the time, and it might seem like a lot. Oh my God, Liz, that's so much stuff. How am I going to do that? I weave it in and you don't even know you're doing it half the time. Okay. So I weave it into the programming. So you're getting all of that. And I may focus on certain aspects a little bit more because you know what? Sometimes in the beginning, you might need one of those things more than another thing. I always start with foundational stuff, posture, breath, right? We don't want to be tense. We don't want to be all tensed up and tight when we're moving, right? Especially mobility work. Thinking of mobility and recovery work, it's slow movement. We work slow in the beginning, especially if you've been out of exercise for a long time. And that is a big group of people that I serve. There are people who have been out of exercise for a long time and they don't know where to start. They don't know where to begin, right? And they are hesitant because of various reasons, right? Because of maybe they've been out of it for a while. Maybe they had an injury, maybe they had a surgery, maybe they had a really bad life thing happen to them, right? And they're just like lost, right? So we always start with foundational movement. We always start with testing that mobility of our range of motion and where we're at and how we feel, noticing how the body feels when we do those certain movement drills. And also, we may have a very stressful situation come up in life. And what happens to our nervous system, right? Our nervous system goes ballistic, right? It goes into that sympathetic nervous system, that either fight or flight, freeze, What's the other one? Oh, fight or flight, freeze or fawn. Okay, which is a new one, right? It's the fourth one. Yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into it. Go ahead and Google that one. Fawning. It's the other F, where you appease and people please. That's all stressful, right? If you're dealing with something like that, I have the tools to help support your nervous system. I'm not a therapist, but with my yoga background, I've been a yoga teacher since 2006. I know a thing or two about nervous system support for sure. I've gone through my own journey, healing, all that stuff, right? Where I know when those stressful times come up, I know how to support myself the best way I know how. So this is about helping your body feel supported while getting stronger. You're gonna get stronger. All my clients say they're just like within the first few weeks, they feel a difference because they're doing the things in the right order. So they build from the foundation outward. Let me know if that makes sense. And I already told you who the program is for. Okay, this is a big question, right? Like you're just kind of like, oh, is this program for me? Does this program fit me and who I am, right? Maybe you feel stiff or disconnected from movement, meaning you've been out of an exercise routine for a long time. Maybe the only stuff you really do actively is the stuff around your house, inside and out. Okay, maybe that's it. Maybe you walk, right? Maybe that's all you do. Maybe you started walking and you wanna really go for longer walks. Maybe you want to do a walkathon or something like that, right? You want to feel stronger safely. You need support, staying consistent. That is the biggest piece, okay? Accountability is what you are going to get. That's probably the biggest piece of the program is the accountability piece. Me, okay? Because you'll be meeting with me weekly. But also, you are going to be part of a cohort of people that will be doing the similar stuff, right? Like you. And this is also for people who want a sustainable approach after 45. I'm telling you, a lot of people that come, I've had people come to me in their 40s, already noticing changes, already have had falls, different like physical challenges already happen in their body where they're just like, oh my God, is this happening? Right? Are things starting to break down in my body? Right? They come to me. So, I mean, the average person that I work with, the average age, I should say, the average age is 70. It is. It's like 70 years old. That's the average age that I help. People in their 70s. I do help people younger than that and even older than that. I just want to make sure I answered questions about that. So that's who the program is for. That's who I serve. I serve mostly women, but I do have helped men as well. So it's not just completely closed off to just women, right? It's just, I feel like I get more women just because I'm a woman, I guess I can say that. But I do help men as well. And yeah, let me take another drink here. And I'm about to wrap this up. Aren't you glad it's Friday? Okay. So how the program works, I might skip over that because, well, I mean, okay. So how the program works, I know I'm like kind of going back and forth here. So how the program works right now, it's a 12-week program. I know that's a long time, but believe me, it goes by really fast. It's going to go by so fast you don't even know. So the program works in a hybrid model. It's part virtual, part in person. I have some people who are all virtual with the program. And then I have people who are in person, and then there's always an online piece to it because it all happens through an app. I use an app to help people stay on track. It's where their programming is because a lot of people, it's customized to certain situations. So you would come and meet with me, and we would have our movement session. And then what we worked on would be all in the app for you under your profile, and you would be able to work on those things that we worked on in session. And I'm not talking about the whole hour session we did together, okay? Because the sessions are about an hour. It's certain pieces of the workout that you need to focus on because of what we're working on. You might need more posterior chain work. You might need more core work to focus on in the beginning before we get into picking up dumbbells, okay? We're not picking dumbbells up right away. We're not loading up right away. We are working on the foundations. So yes, there is a commitment base that you need to do stuff outside. It's not just with me, but it's outside of the program as well, outside of our sessions. That's why I have the app, because it shows me that you're doing the work, right? Once you complete your exercises, you hit complete, I get a notification, accountability right there. If you don't do it, then I know you didn't do it, and I'll be asking you questions about it. I'll be asking you why, even before you sign up, I'm going to ask you why. Why do you even want to do this? What is this program, what is strength training going to do for you? How is strength training going to change your life? I want you to ask yourself that question, okay? Whether it's personal training with me, whether it's going to a Zumba class or another exercise class, how is that going to improve your life? Answer that question. It is so important. I already says it's 12-week commitment, okay? There's the support through the app and access to me as well as a group. And there's modifications, okay? So some of the things are customizable. Some of the workouts are already written, right? But sometimes there is that customization that you need for your needs. All right? So before launching this cohort, I'm exploring an opportunity to offer an in-person experience where you can sample the methods and movement strategies I use inside this program. How cool is that? This could take the form of a multi-week class series, a half-day workshop, a full-day strength and mobility experience. I haven't decided yet. And that's where I need your help, because the goal is simple: to help you move better, feel stronger, and gain confidence before deciding if a longer-term program is right for you. All right. So this is where I would love your feedback. I would so appreciate it if you would just comment. What would interest you most, especially if you're local to my area? Would I do this virtually? I may do that. Please let me know if you are not local here to the Capital Region, Albany, New York area. Let me know if you would be interested in a virtual experience. I've done that. I can do that. So let me know. What would interest you most? A 4-week class series? A half-day workshop? Full-day workshop? Or I'm interested in the full shebang, the full 12-week program. Please let me know in the comments of this video. You can also direct message me on Facebook, or can't direct message me from YouTube. So please comment. Please comment there, and we'll go back and forth in the comments and go from there. So if you're looking for a more supportive approach to strength and movement, I would love to help. So please give me your feedback in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for this Q&A experience, and I will see you soon. Thank you.